Fuck what my parents think. And I know that sounds insane. Like people go, oh, Luke, you're disrespectful to your parents.
Yeah.
Brother, your parents won't feel disrespected when you retire them, sit them in a nice little Ferrari in Monaco with the entire family gathered around the table overlooking the coast. You won't hear them bitching and complaining at that point. But what you're gonna have to go through is a season of echo chamber of negativity. You can't do this, you shouldn't do this, you should be worried. Why? Because they've been conditioned.
Is that the bot language? Can you talk about bot versus glitch? Because a lot of people don't understand.
So the bot is somebody that runs on autopilot. It's somebody that runs on a script that's been programmed. So a lot of people, they run on autopilot. They wake up, they clock in. They work, they eat lunch. They scroll, they clock in again. They go to work, they watch Netflix, they go to bed. That's the autopilot cycle that they live in. A glitch is somebody that breaks out of that cycle and that forges their own system, right? So they no longer live by the rules of the system, but they're an anomaly. They're a glitch. They operate within it, but they're not bound to the rules of it. And when you operate in this way, you begin to realize that the bot advice is not going to cut it for a successful life. That's why people validate and love the US dollar. They validate and they love fiat currency, and they validate and love the current economic foundation that we live in, because it's all scripts. They don't even understand what money is, yet they work their entire life without once questioning, what am I worth? Not once, bro. So I look at all these people, whether it's my parents, whether it's my teachers, whether it's this and that, I look at their life and I'm like, I don't want to live that life. Fuck them. That's it. Oh my gosh, Luke, you're a terrible person. I don't care. I don't care. I'm here in Switzerland, shredding with my boys. If my parents want to come, so be it. I'll fly you guys over. But what you need to understand as well with parental figures is their advice also comes with a little bit of weight. And the weight is the title that is attached to the advice. So many times you'll get advice like X, Y, and Z because I'm your father and I know what's best for you, or because I know you better than anybody else. No. God knows me better than anybody else, and I know myself better than anybody else. So why would I be listening to your advice if I can even listen to my own? Like, I need to develop the internal voice so that my life isn't influenced by the external factors, but influenced by my own decision making and my own self-development.
And you can glitch your way through life.
100%. You know, I was talking to Jordan yesterday on the vlog. He was like, if you were to give a piece of advice to somebody who was 18, just starting off, and they wanted to go from 0 to the top of the mountain, what would you tell them? I said, take the gondola. Motherfuckers want to out here climb, set their own new trail, blaze through, and be like, dude, I earned climbing to the top of the mountain. Fuck that, bro. Give me the gondola, dude. Let me go to the top chilling.
They print money, bro. Dude, one of my favorite tweets, you're like, you're sitting in class studying for an exam, but they're printing money.
It's a scam.
Yeah.
It's a scam. And the money that they're printing, the system is imploding in real time, and kids are out here studying for a history exam, and history that's been doctored and whitewashed and corrected for what? For the advice or the benefit of the few. So people are out here living a bot life, dude. It's absolutely insane.
So let's talk about your glitch journey in the money matrix.
Let's start with what is money. Money is debt. And inside the fiat system, money is debt. It's merely a representation that the United States or any other government entity owes money to the central banks or some sort of banking entity. And what we do with our taxes is we pay off the interest that's accrued by this money that's printed out of thin air. This happens through fractional reserve banking, fractional reserve lending, and it's absolutely disgusting. Why? Because there's more fake money in circulation than actual deposits or even cash. That's why they're trying to get rid of cash, not just because of anonymity, but because there's so much inflated nonsense out there that if people were to go to banks and start redeeming stuff, every bank would go bust. So they need to remove cash out of the system so that nobody can do what? Bank run. It's the next step. The next step is, how do we avoid bank runs? We avoid bank runs by having no cash, no ability to go anywhere except outside of our ecosystem. So now what's happening with money is that money before, so for example, let's start with the history. What is money? Money is debt. 1912, there was a banking crisis caused by the bankers in order to introduce what? The Federal Reserve Act of 1913 by Woodrow Wilson, one of the most globalist corrupt presidents in American history. He actually believed that the Constitution of the United States was a living organism, that it was adapted and changeable based on the time, and that people did not have natural fundamental human rights, but that their rights were given to them by the government. Therefore, the guy did not believe in the Constitution. So imagine a president of the United States who does not believe in the constitutional rights of its citizens now introduces a fiat banking system that allows bankers to fractionalize money. So take $100,000, you deposit it, they create $900,000 out of thin air. But the problem was, at that point, gold was still pegged to the dollar. So what would happen? They would have the bank deposits, or they would have the gold deposits, and then they would have the bank deposits as a proof of the deposits of gold. But what the bankers started doing, scumbags, is they started printing more proof receipts than actual gold in the banks. So the French realized, the British realized, they started funneling a ton of paper. They flew over to America, or they took their ships over to America and started redeeming at the banks all this fake paper for real gold. So now all the people who actually deposited the gold were left with nothing. At that point, 1971, gold standard removed. Now, print unlimited money because it's no longer based on the gold standard, which was the only thing constitutional, by the way. Gold is supposed to back the dollar. This is a constitutional right, but people don't even understand that. That's been taken away. So the system that we live in right now is a fiat system. It is a debt-based system. All the money that you have in your bank account right now does not belong to you. It does not belong to you. That's why I appreciate that you're an advocate for Bitcoin, that you're a fan of Bitcoin, because regardless of what happens with Bitcoin, you still have your Bitcoin. You still own it. The issue is nowadays it's still denominated in dollars because of the value that the dollar still has, even though it's intrinsically perceived. Why does it have such a heavy impact? In my opinion, the only thing keeping America running right now is the iron fist, the military power. If you look at the Roman Empire, before they collapsed, they went on a war spree. They went on a war spree to save their empire. So once your innovation is dead, once your civilization is stupid, which is, look at America, bro. Fucking dumb fucks everywhere. Now, the only way to sustain your society is through brute force. Build the biggest army, the baddest army, and then go fight for freedom in different countries that are trying to rebel against you. Just say, hey, we got weapons of mass destruction in that country. Let's go invade, nuke their currency, and make sure that...
Take their resources.
Take their resources and make sure that America can keep running the scam a few more years. Part of me understands it because global powers are trying to do it in every angle. It's absolutely crazy. So now we're in a situation where banks are imploding, and I think they're imploding by design. I don't think that this is, oh, oops, this is all by design.